they managed to get her out. And while she was leaving, she said, "F the Jews." I was like, I knew it. Everyone was shocked. I was like, why are you surprised? This is like a movie twist from one of those cheesy movies. I saw it coming a mile away, but they were like, no, I'm
So I'm joined now by Liran Shoham, commonly known as Leo. Leo is in Dublin, has had a very, very interesting experience on a Dublin bus, an experience that is becoming all too common in Ireland. And really, Ireland is known as the most anti-Semitic country in Europe, and the Irish elites, Irish politicians deny this, but the facts keep mounting up. So I want to talk to Leo about his particular experience and to see if we can draw wider conclusions from it. Leo, tell me who you are and where you're from, and how did you end up in Ireland?
My name is Liran Shoham. I'm from Holon, that's a city near Tel Aviv. I work as a bouncer on the weekends. I also work corporate security. I've been living in Dublin for 2 years, not consecutively. I lived here for a while after Corona ended. Then I moved to the States. I came back to Israel. I was in Israel during October 7th. Yeah, so I came to Dublin after that. I decided I want to pursue a law degree. I didn't get the student visa for America. Also, American colleges are very, very expensive. I said, look, it's going to be easier to study in Dublin.
You were in Ireland just after the coronavirus, which was before October 7th. I think that was 2022. And anti-Semitism, was it an issue then?
Back then, no, there wasn't a lot of anti-Semitism. There was definitely racism that I saw for other people, but I didn't think it would apply to me. Now, having lived here for a while, having kind of ingrained myself more in culture, especially working as a bouncer where I get to see people where, let's face it, they're at their lowest, but so people go to the pubs, that's what you do.
Yeah. But were you aware of Ireland's reputation when you came back the second time? You came back after October 7th, but already there was rumors, there was talk that Ireland was not a cool place for Jews. Were you aware of that when you...
I was aware of it, yeah.
When did you come back? Tell me exactly when.
February 2024. I did hear a lot of stuff. I didn't know how to accurately evaluate it because, you hear a bunch of things and it's basically hearsay, and piecing it together to a coherent idea is very difficult. It took me a while to figure it. I do have a grasp on what it's like now.
Let's talk about what happened to you on the Dublin bus. What night was it and how did you end up on the bus?
It was a Friday night. I actually went to a guitar lesson. I had a guitar on me. Then I went to a bar where I know the owner. I gave him my CV. I went to another bar. I gave him my CV. Walked back to, I forgot the name of the street. Yeah, South Richmond Street. Took a bus there. Talked with this Canadian broad. She's here with her husband. She's in Ireland with her husband, who's Irish. We get on the bus. The bus goes a few stops. Suddenly this drunk guy comes in. How drunk is he? I've seen drunker. Because he was still in the place where he could form mostly coherent sentences. There's degrees of being drunk. He couldn't pay on the bus because he couldn't find his card from his wallet, so he just used his bank card instead of his Leap, like his bus card. I was like, I guess my instinct as a bus conductor, like I was talking about, came in. I was like, all right, I'll go help this guy so this bus can move smoothly.
Oh, so you helped him?
I helped him pay his bus thing so he could get home, so the bus driver wouldn't have to throw him out because he can't pay.
And when you said you helped him use his card, or did you pay for the bus fare?
No, I helped him use his card because he had his card there. He just confused it with his bank card. It has a similar-ish color to it. So I helped him pay. Then he sticks to me. By stick to me, I mean he just kept talking to me and I couldn't get rid of him, which is common to drunk people. The moment they're interested in you, they want to be your friend and this. And the way to solve it is honestly just be their friend, give the baby his bottle, and then he'll just be bored of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how did it turn nasty then?
Honestly, it came out of nowhere. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of drunk people before, but usually on the job. But this was the first. I mean, I said, oh, what's? He looks at me and says, "Ah, you're a Jew," and he gives me a slap on the face.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. I was like, what the flip?
Tell me what he said again. He just turned.
He says, "You're a Jew."
Now, let me just get there was no lead up to it. He was just talking normally, and then he looked at you and said what? He looked at, tell us
And
from the
says,
beginning.
"Oh, you're a Jew." Well, I said, "Oh, I'm Robert. What's your name?" Hi, I'm Leo." And he says, "You're a Jew." And he said, I don't remember if he said, "And Leo, you're a Jew," or he just said, "You're a Jew," and just gave me a slap.
And what did you do?
Well, I tried to push him away, which is usually a good idea for drunks. Just make some distance, and they're not good at crossing distance. But it was on a bus, and it was on the narrow part of it. So if I was here and he was here, there was a wall here, and there was the window
Stairs.
here, and there was Dublin buses are all double decker, and there was the stairs behind him. So I
Mm-hmm.
tried to push him. I couldn't get any distance. He's still trying to, slap about, whatever. I grab his hands. I have a background in judo, so grabbing his hands and holding them was very, very, very easy for me. So I keep grabbing them, and he tries to wrestle them free. Not gonna happen. He was moving erratically. I probably would have gotten hit if I couldn't have held on to them very well. Suddenly, the bus stops, and he was standing. He moved about a bit. He was standing behind one of those folding chairs for
Yes.
disabled people on buses behind the front left wheel, and he went backwards, and the chair is just at the height of the knee. I think by design, so it would be more comfortable to sit on. He goes back, his knees fold. I kind of have a background in wrestlings, and I used to walk on a bus. He was falling backwards, so I grab him so he won't fall on his back of his head, crack his skull, and have a concussion at the best case scenario. He falls on his back. His head does bonk the floor a bit, but it's not very bad. It was pretty slow. And he's just on the floor, and it takes him a few good minutes to get up. Sadly, just like in one of those WWE, kayfabe wrestling matches, another woman on the bus, older, with, a type of grandma-esque dress
Mm-hmm.
and white blonde hair. Like very old. I think she was in her 50s or 60s. Gets up and joins him in his abuse. Says, "Yeah, he is a Jew. I am racist." I'm like, oh, there was two people on this. There was him who started it, and another woman who just decided to join in on the fun.
Right.
All the while, the Canadian broad I was talking to, the one who got on at the same stop as me, she was trying to de-escalate the situation. I even gave her my glasses just in case. So, they fell, because he tried to get me in a headlock. It wasn't very good. I just slipped my head through it quite easily. My glasses did fall. And
Two people are now verbally, well, one has assaulted you and two are now verbally assaulting you.
yes.
Was anyone else saying anything, or did anyone else join in for the fun?
Well, no, not for the fun. For my side, it was the Canadian lady. She was kind of taken aback by this. It was like, what the hell? I mean, I just saw her. Her eyes were like saucers. She was taking it a lot worse than me, honestly. And yeah, a lot worse than me, honestly. And it was like, stop. And I was like, come on. That's not how it's done. Eventually, the racist woman got off the bus because it was her stop. That's what she said. But she was screaming and shouting, and
What was she saying?
oh, she was basically agreeing with him, saying, "Yeah, he is a Jew, and I am racist," and da. That's all I remember, honestly, because I had a lot more to deal with. I was like, well, and she told me, "Stop, just get off him." She was defending that I was trying to grab. Now, eventually, that guy just kind of zoned out, so I was like, well, I don't need to worry about him anymore. So I told her, look, well, she says, "No, I don't want to hear anything." I says, "Well, where were you when he started doing this to me?" And she said, "I don't want to hear nothing. I gotta hear nothing," and she got off. I mean,
And then did the guy continue with his abuse then?
yeah, he did. I mean, he did, and then another woman came up. She's the lady in the video.
Yes.
Everybody tells me, oh, this woman is actually really nice. She did the right thing. I said, no, she didn't. She didn't actually help me. That's the thing to remember. If she wanted to help me, she came in after the situation was under control, after I already diffused the situation. And she didn't actually do anything to help me. And that's not what she tried to do. She even said herself, oh, we're better than this. Oh, you said we're better than this. That's what she's famous for saying. She wasn't actually trying to help me. She tried to make her side. Now, when she says we, she might mean. Some people think she meant Irish people. I don't think so. That's not my grasp of how Irish people view themselves. If that makes sense.
I think she was talking about Irish people. Why did you decide to start video? And I mean, it's important to know that the video only captures maybe a third.
It captures part of it, obviously.
Yes.
That woman, by the way, who is in the video, they decided not to testify in my favor. The Canadian woman, the one with the black hair in the black background, did. So it's
when you say testify, give a statement to the Guardian.
Yeah, I mean, give a statement. Yeah, give a statement for the Gardaí for an investigation, because there will be the Gardaí have decided to look for an investigation on this.
We should say that the Gardaí are the Irish police, just for people watching.
Eventually, the bus stopped near the police station. I talked to the driver and said, hey, I'm going to go to Cafet's the police. Can you please wait for me and my guitar? He says, yeah, fine. He said, I actually called the police. I'm waiting for them. I go to the police station. I tell him, hey, somebody's been assaulted on the bus. The bus is waiting. He said, was it you? And I said, yeah, come close. Come quick. They get there. They fetch two of them, then three, fetch the guy. Two more Gardaí come. and then two more show up. The thing with Gaudi, they always show up in large groups. It's never just a guy. They
Yes.
always do things together. Yeah, they grab him. I explained to them what happened. I showed them the video. They're kind of shocked by it. I mean, they're not used to this. They're not used to this. They grab him. They start talking to him. Apparently, he upset them. I think that's my impression of things because his behavior, due to his behavior, he usually these type of situations somebody would let go. He was in for the night for disorderly conduct. I give my statement, and that's about it.
Right. And he's been released. You give a statement,
Yes.
and the Canadian lady gave a statement, but he's now been released on
Well,
bail.
I don't know what the Canadian lady did, but yeah.
Right, right. So he's been released.
Yes.
How did you find your interactions with the police?
It was pretty good. The police were professional. They were, knew how to do their job. It's not up to them to prosecute the guy. That's the job of the prosecutor. I got the impression that they're very serious and earnest about doing their job for this.
Can I ask you, were you wearing any? How did he know you were Jewish?
He said he just guessed from my face. From my face, I mean,
Wow. Obviously, he's keen to spot Jewish people.
Right.
He's interested in Jewish people around him, and there's not that many in Ireland. People don't know
no,
this.
very few.
There's less than 3,000 Jews in Ireland, and but he has. I mean, that to me just shows his Jewish radar is. I mean, this may be his first offense, but he's definitely out there. I mean, there was an incident in Dunleary where two women followed someone around on social media, a Jewish man, and followed him and then spat on him because he was Jewish. The guy, was obviously, keen to spot Jews, spotted you, and went straight to, you're a Jew, and slapped you.
But the funny thing is,
how did it make you feel? Like, I mean, how does it?
Well, honestly, I'm kind of desensitized to it because I tussle with drunks on a weekly basis. It felt kind of weird doing it on the. I was actually, as I said, I actually did work on bus as a conductor, so getting on fights in buses is not.
But come on, this is different.
No, it already happened to me that I got in a fight with somebody over my ethnicity while working. It happened to me twice. Once when I was working as a bouncer in a place called Doyle's near Trinity College. Some idiot, he heard that I speak Hebrew, and he was like, "Oh, Hebrew." I'm like, buddy, you can talk to me over there in that corner. My friend, the Algerian, my coworker, the Algerian, was even more like, "What the hell, man?"
Yes. Oh no, it's shocking. I think people are genuinely shocked at the level of anti-Semitism in Ireland. And you said it happened in another incident as well?
Yeah, this is when I was working in a hotel. There was this lass from England. I told her, he said, I'm from Whitecastle or Newcastle, one of the two. He said, I'm from Tel Aviv, and we just thought he was gay. Yeah, we just talked to him about how gay of a city Tel Aviv, and I was like, really? And I was like, yeah, you should go. It would be fun. It'd be fun for you. There's lots of parties and whatnot. There's more gay bars than straight bars in Tel Aviv. It's worse. It's more extreme than West Hollywood. So yeah, I've been to West Hollywood once actually. Funny story.
I've been there many times.
Oh, poor you.
Yeah.
What were you doing there? Not kidding.
Yes. No, I live not far from there, So yes,
I used to live in LA too. But anyways, there was this last year. This gay guy told his English friend, they're both English, and she was just like, "Oh," I said, what's it to?" And so, "Where are you from?" I said, "Israel." I said, "I'm very bad." I said, "Oh." She just harangues me the entire night.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fine, let's call the security. Let's just get out of here." No, my coworker, my supervisor, technically. He's a guy from Antrim, right? So he's from Northern Ireland.
Yes.
And he got pissed at her. He got pissed at her more than me. Because he said this just reminds him of times, he's an older guy, yeah? He just reminds him of times during the Troubles where everybody thought he was associated with the UDF or something. So he did not like the blanket accusations at me for what my group is doing. That bothered him. I do remember that. And she just kept haranguing me the entire night. And this is in Leonardo, which is an Israeli hotel chain. And I was like, I told her that. I'm like, this is an Israeli hotel chain. I was like, what? And she just went even more crazy. She basically behaved badly the entire night. Eventually, some other person from the hotel came. They managed to get her out, and while she was leaving, she said, "The Jews!" I was like, I knew it. Everyone was shocked. I was like, why are you surprised? This is like a movie twist from one of those cheesy movies. I saw it coming a mile away, but they were like, no.
But you said the quiet bit out loud, I think.
Yeah. So no, when they're drunk, they say the quiet bit out loud. They can't really hide it very well when they're drunk. Irish people sometimes will only tell you what they really think when they're drunk. People are very guarded, very, very careful with their words here. But people, when they're drunk, in vino vitro, they say that right.
Yeah. So how did that incident on the bus, and how did this, F the Jews, How does that make you feel? I mean,
Honestly, I'll be honest, it's kind of pathetic. I mean, you look at these people and they're like, yeah, so buddy. It's kind of like, this might be me because of my experience. When I see people like that, I kind of just think they're pathetic and sad, you know.
in the video, he's talking about genocidal Jews, but actually, his first thing was, "You're a Jew," and he slapped you. There was nothing about genocide, Jew
Well,
hatred.
I think he remembered the talking points later.
Would you have any advice for Jews living in Ireland or thinking of coming to Ireland? Would you recommend it?
I mean,
Is it?
if you have something to do here, I would recommend it. You can definitely find a niche of sane people. There are insane people. You should avoid them generally. If you're a Jews tend to be leftists. If you're generally a leftist, fine, but don't have leftist friends because they probably will. That's my advice. I know a lot of very nice people. Some of the nicest people I know are here. Generally, if you're a Jew, I mean, you don't have to hide, but if you do say it, it is going to be a bother.
Have any journalists been in touch with you? Has the media contacted you?
Yeah, but not from Ireland. Apparently, the Irish media really, or at least in Dublin, they have a really bad habit of being very selective over the type of things they cover. Not just for Jews, but for everybody. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. So, well, that's what we do. We cover the unreported stories, and we're
that's very
very
good.
glad that you spoke to us, very happy that you spoke to us. We're going to keep telling these stories. We're going to keep exposing Ireland, but we're going to talk about what's happening in Ireland. We're not going to cover these stories up. Leo, thank you very much for coming on the show, and be safe out there.
I get paid for it.
Yes, but yeah, you weren't getting, yes, as a bouncer, as a security guard, you do, but you weren't being a security guard. Thank you very much.
Thank you.